questions it.
No.
But last night, that last couple minutes were insane. But the one thing that I have to bring up that's been brought up within the Chop Sports group, within the Bills fans out there, and maybe, just football in general, Gooch, to the overtime rules need to change again. Like, to me and you, we talked about it in pre. I'm team, and you can back me up on this. I'm team. You already bitched and moaned about the rules being like anybody can go get a field goal. That's the Jimmy Palumbo thought logic when you can just three big catches, kick a field goal, game over, right? They already changed that. They said, now you got to go score a touchdown to end the game. So it's on the defense, man. Stop them. Stop them. Like, the coin toss is the coin toss. But I can't get behind another rule change because the team lost.
I don't know what we're going to do here about rule. Like, change what?
The college way, I guess, maybe, with the whole everybody gets a possession at the 10 or whatever the hell the case may be. That could be a solve, so I guess.
But like, we're not. No.
This is the pros, man.
I think that the NFL has this down to the way it should be at this point. I understand that people want to see more football, but are we really going to make another change for more football just for the fans' enjoyment, just so we see Josh Allen get out there and get a shot at it? I understand Josh Allen,
unbelievable.
Great
game. The final Gabe Davis,
it would have been nice to see Josh Allen go out there and give it another crack, but it was up to the Bills defense to stop them. They had 13 seconds to stop them, and then so you could blame all you want. They gave up that touchdown or that field goal with 13 seconds to go in the game. That's the reason why they lost, not because there wasn't a second chance for Josh Allen in overtime. You want to say coin toss, this, that, or the other? Look, man, this has been football for a really long time. There's been a lot of teams that caught a lot of bad breaks. If you really want to talk about something that was bullshit, honestly, in reality, it was probably Tyreek Hill not getting the taunting call on the game-winning touchdown. If you're going to call things like that, you got to be consistent. He does the peace sign. The ref is
which he's been flagged for before.
The ref is standing right there. That's got to happen. It's got to happen. And I'm not saying it would have changed things. It might have left more time for Mahomes in reality because it would have been closer to the Bills.
Right.
But just be more consistent with the rules. If you're going to put that as a rule, you got to call it across the board just because it's the magnitude of the game. At that point, you still got to make that call.
Cousin Vinny is in the house, okay? Cousin Vinny is the I would say now the resident Bills fan. There's other Bills fans like, obviously Sean Boyan and guys like that. But, like, Vinny was adamant that this game, if you kept playing this game, nobody was stopping anybody. And but that needs to be the reason why some team wins. So the Bills had all the chances to finally clamp down on Patrick Mahomes at the end of that game and didn't. He went right down the field, and it was it. You knew based off of the way it just went down for the last 2 minutes. You knew whoever won the coin toss winning the game. Romo said it too said it best, which, by the way, those guys called an amazing game, and I can appreciate that shit because I love commentary and stuff. But, like, Romo and Nance killed the game, but Romo said the team that has the ball last wins this game. The Chiefs had the ball last. That's it. And, like, you weren't getting any stops.
Hey,
defensive coordinator Leslie Frazier was up for
this. If they change the overtime rules, I'm not going to be one of those guys that's against it. Like, I don't care. If they do it, fine.
Go ahead,
I'm not against the change if it does happen. I'm not going to be, oh, this is bullshit. I don't actually care about any of that. But I don't think that they need to change it based off of one game when there's been tons of games that guys have lost in overtime. Bro, let's think about how many times it's happened in favor of your team. When your team wins in overtime, nobody has any issues with it. I can promise you. I promise you. So that's where we're at with the rules. Like, I'm not against, I know Scoop came in and said, get off my lawn. It's calling us old heads, like not changing rules around. And, like, we want to advance with the times, but they just advanced with the times. I want to say it was less than a decade ago that they made the change of you gotta score a touchdown for it to end like that, right? And they did. The Chiefs went and played by the rules, like. It's insane to me. Like, again, if I would have lost this game, I'd be gutted. I'd be writing letters. Also, if they're going to do this touchdown thing, then they're going to have to add time to overtime. There's going to be a lot more ties.
I have a suggestion.
NFL.
Now, I know there's player safety involved, right? And they're trying to limit the exposure, have you, for a game like this. Are you against a 10-minute overtime period? Meaning, score as much as you want, but 10 minutes, when that clock is up, it's over. You get an extra quarter, is what I'm saying, but not 15, 10. No? Play out the whole thing. Just like, I listen, we're not soccer guys. The Squeaky Bum Time podcast is, but I know they have a whole period of overtime, and you could score 9 goals, and it wouldn't matter. The games don't end until the clock runs out.
Like, is this something that you're asking me? Like, what would I prefer out of all?
Not even prefer. Like, what would you? All right. Let's just say
I'd rather it stay exactly the way it is if I had my choice. If I got to pick between the three, right, in order, it would be The second one would be both the other team gets a chance after, but I don't believe in just like letting it run 10 minutes and that's that. Especially because what do you do in the playoffs?
Only for the playoffs is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but
you want to tie. That's fine. You like
no,
keep all the rules the same until the playoffs.
So you keep all the rules the same until the playoffs, and then you have a 10-minute running clock in the fifth quarter, we'll call it. So it's an extra period of overtime, and then it's still, say they score 7 each.
Then they do another 10.
Now what? So we're gonna go another full 10.
Yeah. Or make it 5 or something. You know what I mean? Like but give all, if you're on team, give everybody a chance. Like give everybody participation trophies and shit.
When you look at these,
you got to do something.
When you look at these things, as far as like what will help, what it'll do good for the game, nobody actually looks at the collateral damage of what it'll cause. There'll be a lot more injuries. There'll be like there's too many things that they're already asking too much of these players as it is. And I know people might thrash me for that because what do you mean they're getting paid a lot of money? Yeah, they are, right? But they're also getting their lives picked apart by people like us every day. So I guess that goes hand in hand. No, they shouldn't change the rules. I don't think they should change the overtime rules based off of one game. No, this is not.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. This game is the most fresh in our heads, but there's been plenty of times a team wins the toss, goes down, and wins the game. Like it's happened before, and the other guys don't even get a shot.
And I don't hear a peep.
You might. It's just prominent right now because the Chiefs just beat the Bills in the divisional round of the championship.
If it was like a bad call that went down, then I could see a rule change, like how they try to change the pass interference garbage because of the reviewing pass interference because of the Saints game a couple years back. Like that, I guess I understand because that's like such an egregious thing. But this is just a rule that everybody has known for a long time. It's been the way it's been.
Scoop is trying to turn this into Double Dare over there, trying to say like, let's do like a overtime challenge, like skills competition. Like, bro, stop. Like now I know it's for like comedic value, but Jesus Christ, can you imagine if like, oh man, we went overtime. Good thing we have the most accurate passer for that long toss. Like, oh, are you kidding?